We are joined by Michelle from It's Your Girl Sang. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Well, trying to keep my head on after you just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so how are things going in your neck of the woods?
It's going good. There's like a video I did like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Huh?
I was reacting to a video that exposed the Church of God Restoration cult.
Okay.
And they're like in a small town here in Ohio, like near the Indiana border.
Okay.
Actually had a kid message me on Facebook today where he was just like, "Hey, I used to go here for like
Oh.
16 years and my family's been separated from them for like 8 months." And I got to messaging him and he has like all these videos and proof of like how culty they are and all the
Whoa.
stuff they do to keep you in. So he's agreed to come on my live stream on Tuesday to like talk about it.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, okay. So, if you could like just try to like condense it down into like I guess like a 5-minute explanation. What's going on there?
So it's a church in a very small town where they believe that the people in charge, they
Mhm.
believe that they are also disciples, like how Jesus had disciples.
Okay.
And the head guy, his name is Ray, and they believe that he can like you have to pray to him and believe in brother Ray to get to God and get to heaven.
Oh, okay. All right. That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Okay. So they've been exposed. So is that like what's going on with that? Did like somebody do an investigation, or are they falling apart, or what's happening there?
So a couple people did investigations because I think back in October I first started seeing videos on TikTok about it, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. That's in my home state," and I just
Mhm.
went down the rabbit hole.
Nice. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So you're gonna have somebody who used to be a part of that on there. That's interesting. So,
yeah.
yeah. So for the few of y'all that are watching, that's I mean Jorge. I see Jorge's in the chat here. He's already
Hey, what's going
subscribed to
on?
you. So,
Yeah, he is.
but the okay. All right. So other than that, cool, exciting things that are going on is this debate that's going to be happening in Steubenville.
Yeah,
So you and your brother are coming still, right?
yeah, we're still coming.
Okay, sweet. That's gonna be interesting too, especially like meeting people that you've only like interacted with through a screen. Like,
Yeah,
have you got to meet anybody in real life from YouTube yet? Like since starting your channel?
not since starting this channel,
Uh-huh.
but when I had my first one years ago, I met up with a bunch of those people in the video game industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, we've got a guy in Steubenville. He's they call him Thursday. He's Matt Frad's producer.
I saw that.
He
Yeah.
apparently is really tight with Ninja's older brother.
Oh, that's cool.
So I guess Ninja's older brother is Catholic and is trying to create like Catholic gaming spaces, or at least Catholic friendly. It's just like as long as we can just get it to where it's not hostile to Christianity in general, that's
Yeah.
a win right now.
Yeah.
And I think like people such as yourself are like helping trying to create that environment as well. So anyway, like I got 4 kids, so it's like what's a video game? Like the only video gaming that I do is chess. So
Yeah.
but
That's
all right.
something I have to get back into.
Oh, okay. So you stopped gaming too?
Oh, no, chess.
Oh,
Chess.
chess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so like it's crazy. Like I got into it, I guess about a year ago because a friend of mine was just stomping me in it, just left and right, and I was just like, oh, you know what? I'm a fast learner. I can get into this, and only found out that it's a complete and total rabbit hole, and
Yeah.
whenever you do become the best, it's not actually fun. It's just a chore. So I'm over
It
here trying to
depends.
figure out how to be good at chess while also still keeping it fun. And apparently that's a really tough balance to strike. And I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I've been following Gotham Chess, who's funny and educational. And
Oh, their Twitter page?
I don't know if there's a Twitter. He's probably on Twitter. He's mostly on
Okay.
YouTube,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's funny because he's not the best chess player in the world, but he's like the highest paid chess player in the world just because his videos are so successful.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, I've been doing that just to try to get better at it. But I
Nice.
imagine my buddy that I have a friend at church who I've been trying to beat, and I have a feeling that after going through all this training stuff, he's still gonna stomp a hole in me. But you know what? Hey, at least I'll put up a better fight this next time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's see here. So we got going on in Steubenville. I know you said you've got some trips planned up for your channel. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
No one's gotten back to me yet.
Oh, no one's gotten back to you.
I'm on a really weird schedule too, because my brother, we have like a speech next month because he applied for like a business, I guess like a grant or something behind my back. It was like a competition, and he actually got picked. So now there's like some big presentation we have to do like next month.
Boy.
So we have to do that. And then he only has free time this month, like just a full open schedule. And no one's gotten back to me yet for this month. And I'm just like, dang, the month's almost like over. Because once February hits, it's going to be hard to like schedule something because I'm never going to know when he's available.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I don't know. Obviously, don't disclose anything that you shouldn't be disclosing. But what's the business like proposition for?
Oh, I could tell you.
Okay.
Basically, the pending name right now is Black Boulevard, but I think somebody else is using it, so we might have to change it. So basically, we're going to be showcasing like Black-owned products and businesses. Whether that's like local and out the state.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of like an advertising firm, I guess, with a special emphasis on Black businesses.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And we're going to be, since I do like the videos, we're just going to make a whole new channel. And it's going to be like, what's a good way to put it? I don't know if you've ever seen Wong's World on like Vice.
No, I don't watch Vice.
This was like years ago when Vice was good. But, and there's another guy named like Action Bronson. He has like a food type show where they go around. It's going to be something like that, but with all their type of products instead of just food.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, all right, you've got your finger on the pulse of like what's going on in like conservative internet better than I do.
Yeah.
What is going on with the Daily Wire stuff? I heard a little bit about that this morning, and I was somebody was just like, "Hey, don't. It's just stupid. Don't worry about it." And I was like, okay." And
it is stupid. It's Steven Crowder did a video where he was saying how a lot of conservative media companies are laying down with big tech and still doing like censorship. And he didn't name names, but he showed pieces of a contract, which ended up being his term offer from Daily Wire. And he was saying how like these companies need to do better and not offer this stuff. And he's like, I'm very fortunate where I don't have to take something like this. And then Daily Wire came out with like almost an hour-long video where they went by the term offer sheet, like literally word for word, and broke it down. And all it is, it's like you give that to somebody just to start negotiations with them. That's not an actual contract. It's not like a final piece of paper. It's like you either sign this or you don't. And honestly, everything seemed pretty fair.
Yeah.
Like the starting point was 50 million. They expected him to settle somewhere between 70 and 80. He thinks he's worth 120, but he also doesn't know how many subscribers he has in his current situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like he doesn't know numbers on the business because he's just a creator. So somebody else funds everything he does.
Yeah.
And then he came back out and he taped a phone call with them behind their back and released it. It was scummy. It was very scummy. But
okay. All right. Well, thank God of the drama that I miss for being so insignificant.
Yeah, it's you have rich people saying like, how dare you offer me this much money? It's a slave contract. It's like, I'll take it.
Yes.
Like, I'll take 50 million.
Geez. Oh man, that's okay. All right. Well, that's like maybe I'm wrong for thinking this, but that honestly all sounds like not that big of a deal.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Like
Not at all.
it's like I've seen so many people like get all up in arms about it, but it's just like, okay, but what is this about? It's like, oh, okay, all right, well, you got a job offer and you turned it down. I've done that. So
We all have. We've all
yeah,
done that at some point.
yeah, okay, well that's crazy. Well, all right, so cool. Man, all right. My mind is keeps going back to the debate in March. So I think there might be a few people in the live chat here now that are also going to be there. So hey, if y'all are going to be here, like, let us know. But I'm going to be there. I'm going to be, Michelle's going to be there. There's just so many cool people that I'm excited to meet, and we got to do something whenever you get there. Like I know nothing about the camera stuff. Like I know you are Chris is here, so Chris will be there.
Nice.
If you want to do something together, like in person, like I'll be there a little early, and like we can meet up and we can film something, whatever. I can show you around to like one of the churches, and yeah, like it'll be really cool. So if you're up for that, I will be up for that as well.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm there. I'm trying to create as much as possible since I'm down there, because that's like a 2.5 hour drive for me. So
Yeah.
I gotta do as much as possible.
Yeah, it is, man. It is really cool to think that like just how small this world like really is. There's, well, I don't know. I don't know if you've run into this, but have you met anybody like online only to find out that you had like 2 mutual friends with them already? Like I don't know if you've run into that yet.
I haven't.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, but the more like Catholic people you get to know, it's going to be funny because especially once you spend like a single day in Steubenville and you get to like talk to people, whatever, be like, oh, have you heard of, and you could just like drop like any name that anybody that you meet here. And chances are it's like, oh yeah, I know this person. Or if you look them up on Facebook or whatever, you'll see that you got mutual friends with them or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's really cool. So, okay, we got Celtic Christianity weighing in on the Crowder situation. Let's see here. He's like, never been a fan of Crowder for different reasons. He's an anti-Catholic, so that's immediately off-putting. This recent incident only digs his hole deeper in scummy territory. Oh,
yeah, oof. It does. It does.
Yeah.
Because in that first video, he dropped an email because he was like, I think I'm going to start my own network. And I wrote it down because I live streamed the whole thing with my audience.
Yeah.
And I was like, I should email him to kind of see what they're talking about. But then after watching all 3 videos, I just keep thinking about him leaking that phone call conversation. Yeah. And I'm just like, you're a character, man. Like, it's scummy.
Yeah. I did watch a little bit of the video that Jeremy Boring put out, and I don't know, maybe if I read more into it, or if I knew them better, I would think less of what Jeremy was saying. But it's like he sounded like he like handled it very graciously. I don't think he like said anything bad about him. Somebody who's watched the full video might have a different take on it.
Yeah, and he was very transparent and honest, like about everything. So I don't know. I don't know why you would run to the internet and be like, can you believe they're giving out these deals? It's like, I'll take one. Yes. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's so funny because it's, I don't know. It's, can you believe they're giving out these deals? I was like, well, I mean, I'm never going to get offered a deal like that. And if they did, I would probably decline it just because it's just like, I'm going to do you a favor. The most loving thing I can do for you is to say no. Because I promise you, I will run your business straight into the ground. And I won't even do it intentionally. It's pure distilled incompetence. But yeah. But okay. Well, so when are we gonna I know you mentioned like you wanted to have me on to talk Catholicism. When are you wanting to do something like that?
You want to go we could do February.
February?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
I'll
thought
check
you
it.
were going to be my first interview, and then this randomly happened.
No,
Like 9
oh,
weeks
I
ago.
mean, no
So,
offense, I would have ditched you too for that one. So,
yeah, because it was so random. I'm like, I don't know how you found this video from a couple weeks ago, because
mhm,
he found it on Facebook. So I'm like,
interesting.
all right, that's yeah. Because I don't know how you find videos on Facebook.
Well, you know, the algorithm's so weird because recently, so I did an interview with James Battle, and he was talking about, James White made me Catholic, which I guess was that's a hashtag he's been trying to get trending for years. And I put it in the title of my YouTube video, and my videos don't do fantastic. Right now we got like 10 viewers right now. That's usually about where I'm at.
That's cool.
And just for some reason, I just see the most of my videos do, get maybe about 100 views, and then they just peter out, and that they flatline, they die.
Yeah.
Well, this one flatlined, and I thought, okay, well, that was it. It wasn't anything. But then all of a sudden, it just went whoop, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's on its way to hitting like 1,000 views, which is
Nice.
yeah, no, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jorge actually just oh boy. Jorge just says February is awesome. Ash Wednesday is February 22nd. So how familiar are you with the concept of Ash Wednesday? That might actually be a really good day to do this.
So I know you guys put the mark on your forehead, and that's about it. That's
No, it's all good.
That's about as far as I know.
Well, hey, no, that's honestly, that's the one that you've probably seen walking around. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up in Southeast Oklahoma, so not a lot of Catholics there. And a friend of mine was telling me the story about her mom was at Walmart or something, and she saw a lady with the ashes on her head, and she was like, she pulled out like a baby wipe or something like that. It was like, "Oh, honey, you've got something on your forehead," and she just like slapped her away, like, "No, get away." So, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger and I used to see people with that, if I was at the store, I'd be like, "Yo, why are their foreheads dirty?" Because I didn't know at the time.
yeah, Father John is saying, "Oh wow, right after Mardi Gras on the 21st." So I don't know if he's making a joke, but so that's actually Mardi Gras is actually always, it's Fat Tuesday. It's the day before Ash Wednesday. It's like the one final party before Lent starts. The Carnival is goodbye meat. That's what it translates to. And so that's why you'll always get that like Mardi Gras on the day before Ash Wednesday, which I just realized, Father John, you live in New Orleans, so that must be a constant, like, insane annual tradition that happens around you. But yeah, so
It's a huge party.
yeah. Oh boy, and it looks like we got Derek Cummins trying to crash the stream now too. So, well, Sang, did you have anything that you'd like to add? I want to bring Derek on here next because he looks like he's got something goofy to say.
Not really. Just I live stream every Monday and Tuesday now at 7 p.m. EST. So if you guys can come and make it, it'd be much appreciated. We just hang out, have fun. Usually Christian stuff, obviously conservative stuff mixed in as well, but we have fun over there. And then I also have a Twitch channel where I play games. I have a link tree on my page, so it has all that. And there's a YouTuber, his name is Ruin Leon. He covers some of the stuff I cover. Me and him are supposed to play each other in Fall Guys. So whenever that happens on Twitch,
oh, that'll be fun.
I'm gonna let everybody know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and just to like kind of endorse that, whatever. I've joined a few of those live streams. It's really hard for me to join live streams in the evening because I've usually got to be present to the kids and whatnot. Yeah. But I gotta say, the few live streams that I've been a part of, they've been so fun. Like the just in the chats and just the people like going back and forth and the disagreements and the jokes, and I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. So if y'all ever get a chance to join one of her or whichever, I think I'm mirrored, so that's probably the right direction to point.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
so, but oh yeah, it's like tell her if you love the Bible, you'll love the Easter Vigil. So many readings. I got to tell a funny story about that.
Okay.
So, a friend of mine, it was looking into Catholicism. His wife was thinking about that. His wife had never been to a mass before, and we go to a traditional Latin mass, and her first mass ever was the Easter Vigil in a traditional Latin mass using the 1955 missal, which means absolutely nothing to you. But what this is it's got 12 prophecies in it. It was like a 4-hour mass. It was her first time ever, and she was just like, she was not having it. She was it like later on, we were just like, hey, why don't you guys come to this mass? And I was like, oh, is it gonna be like that one you took us through that one time? I was like, no, that was a one-time thing, one time a year thing. But yeah. But anyway, so that's just a little bit of fun story. I think Derek may be having some technical difficulties because he keeps seeing him pop in and out. But Sang, Michelle, I don't know what to call you, like whatever, but
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I told that to somebody else, and she just didn't know what to call me. She was like, I guess Sang, I don't know. And I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Just pick
yeah. Yeah. Well, I know some people like to keep their like real names like private or whatever, but
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, thanks for crashing the stream. Thanks for coming to hang out. I'm gonna see if I can get Derek on here. But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go yell at Derek real quick.
All right, see ya.
Thanks. All right. So while Derek is trying to do this, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of update. I will be. I said at the beginning of the stream, some of y'all are just joining us now, which is fine. I will be disconnecting for this next week, so that's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so if y'all don't hear from me at all, don't worry about it. The reports of my demise have been wildly exaggerated. Now, let's see here. Oh, looks like you're not Derek, but I don't know if your audio is working though.
Yeah, I'm just staying muted for now.
Okay, cool. Well, hey, Derek was trying to join, but I don't know what happened to him. So, how's it going?
It's good. Yeah, I was thinking about just saying hello, and then I saw the Derek comment. So yeah, just came to say hello.
Okay, yeah.
I missed where you said you're going. Are you going on a cruise or something?
I wasn't going to say that publicly. But yeah, I mean it's okay. Nobody watches this show, so nobody's going to know. But they yeah, no, we're going on a vacation, so, and I'm not going to bring any of my internet stuff with me.
Nice, good for you.
It'll be nice. It's funny because I was like sitting at like 663 subscribers today, and I was sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna disconnect, and hopefully we cross that 666 threshold. Sorry, this is Megan from Filed Under Faith that is on right now. So she's got a pretty fun channel. She just did a pretty awesome interview with a Carmelite priest, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, sure. Well, okay, yeah. So I just found a priest who I've been wanting to. I post a lot of like Catholic conversion stories on my channel, and I've been wanting to interview a priest to hear some vocation stories. So yeah, I just found like a holy priest and just said, hey, would you be willing to share your story? And he agreed. So yeah, he's a Discalced. I don't know that's how he pronounced it, I think, actually. Mm-hmm. Carmelite friar and priest. And he was ordained over 40 years ago. Just, a very holy man. And really enjoyed hearing his story, especially his year in the novitiate.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't say very well. And just, adapting to silence and kind of developing an interior life. And yeah, it was just really encouraging to hear about his way of life. And yeah, it was a good encouragement to me to um, try to develop a better habit of silence. So, for
Mhm.
example, like not automatically turning on the radio or music or like a podcast when I'm in the car, just kind of like sitting in silence, or same thing around the house. So, yeah, it
Yeah.
was just, again, a really encouraging conversation.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Derek just messaged me. I guess he's trying to join from his phone and not his phone wasn't having it. But okay. Yeah, no, the silence thing is something that really struck me. I think it was, what was it? A couple of years ago, whenever like UCLA won the uh, national basketball championship, one of the coaches on the basketball team was saying like, I read The Power of Silence by Cardinal Seurat every year. And I don't know what it was for me, but it was just like whenever I have a sports person recommend religious reading, it's just obviously I have to go do it. And I read The Power of Silence by Cardinal Seurat, and that was, man, it's just so life-changing, I guess. And then like hearing Father John's experience during silent retreats too is just was I don't know, it's just really, really cool. But and then I actually had a friend who just got here, just moved to St. Louis today. And before he got up here though, he spent a week at Clear Creek Abbey. And he said, like, thanks to the silence, he was able to like work out some things that he was struggling with. And he said at one point, he just got so angry that he that he went and like got up out of the cell that he was staying in and just stormed down into the church and just like sat there and fumed. And then like he said it was just like a really peaceful experience after that, because it's just like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. And it's just, it's not something he would have been able to do had he not, had the silence to like give the space to do that. And like he says he's now much more I don't know. He just got off the retreat. So when you do a retreat, you always feel a little bit more on fire than normal. But
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like, man, that's a good idea to just like have it. I mean, I couldn't do that. Like
yeah.
with 3 children, they'd be like, "Mom, mom." But yeah, I should try to like find some time every day to just like sit in silent prayer. That'd probably be good for me.
Have you ever considered putting yourself in timeout and
Yeah.
telling your children, you can't talk to me right now, I'm in timeout, I'm sorry?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I was gonna say, oh, I heard somebody mention that, like this idea of fasting before mass, like maybe adding silence to that, like fasting
Hmm.
from the other senses as well. And I was like, oh, that's a really interesting idea. Like
Hmm.
trying to be silent, like before mass for like, I don't know, maybe an hour. So I'm like, I mean, I don't know if I could do that with children, but kind of like working in that direction. So we'll see.
Hmm. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that I've never put it into those terms before, but I know like usually whenever we're heading to mass, we'll always we've got we buy like the Gregorian chant CDs from Clear Creek Abbey, like whenever we go there, and it's it's so. I mean, they're beautiful, but normally like the kids are like, oh, hey, we want to listen to this. We want to listen to this story, or we want to listen to like choo choo songs or whatever. But it's just like when we're heading to mass, it's just like, listen, we're listening to the monks sing on the way to mass because we live like 30 minutes away from our church. So just like, yeah. But that is a really interesting idea. Now, that's okay. So you interviewed the priest. That was a really cool experience. Now I normally I'd never say this in front of his face, but I think he's still on the stream. After I interviewed Father John, he just, I don't know, like that was just such an uplifting experience. I was just like, wow, because it's like especially some of the things that we talked about like off camera was just like that was so incredibly uplifting. I didn't even know that I needed that. And did you have any experiences like that with the priest that you interviewed?
Yeah, definitely. Again, just like it almost felt like having a spiritual director for an hour. Which, again, I don't really have like a spiritual director like currently at
Mhm.
I feel like most people don't. It's kind of more seems like a special circumstance these days. So yeah, it's just like really again, just uplifting to be with somebody who just has like a peaceful spirit about them. It's really good. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah. On
Yeah.
that note, I should kind of wrap up here and
Yeah, of course.
and I wrap up the day, but I just came by to say hello.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey Megan, thanks for crashing the party, and thanks for joining us. Have a good one.
Yeah, bye.
All right. So, in my Discord server, I do have the StreamYard link up. If anybody wants to crash, feel free to come on in. Now, while we're waiting for like literally, hey Rob, how's it going, bud? While we're waiting for this, I just wanted to go over like a couple of things that I don't know, kind of been bugging me a little bit. The turmoil has died down a little bit, and it's not. I guess I'm not like up to speed on all the goings on, but whatever. I'm a dad, so the stuff that's been going on with Matt Fradd after he did that John Salza interview, I've heard a lot of like really, I don't know what even, just unbased criticisms of him, and I just want to just take a moment like to publicly say like Matt Fradd is some guy that is a man that I have a lot of respect for. I've met him in person twice now. Both times he's come across as nothing but gracious. The second time that I met him in person was actually like he actually took time out of his day to have coffee with me, just one on one, and it was great. And I got to say, he is one of the most. He's a master conversationalist, and we were talking about something dumb. We were talking about encryption because he had just done the George Farmer interview, and we were talking about encryption, and he was talking about how he's a technical Luddite and he doesn't understand how any of this technical stuff works. And I work in tech for my full-time job, and I just explained to him how encryption worked because he was just like, oh, cryptocurrency encryption, how does that work? And I just explained it real quick, and he was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, literally nobody cares about how this works. It's not an interesting topic, and it's just like I feel like you ask this just explicitly so to like carry the conversation. And he's just a very gracious guy, and but at the same time though, like he did like zone in on like some of the parts that like he did that it did interest him. So he wasn't just like trying to keep me talking or anything. But yeah, no, like whenever I'm trying to do my interviews and stuff like that, I actually watch a lot of his stuff just to like kind of imitate him, and just I don't know. You know what they say, the best, or the great borrow but the best steal, or something like that, or the good borrow, the great steal. I don't, whatever. I'm trying to steal his strategy because obviously it seems to be working, and if I can copy that on like the smallest scale, we'll do that. Okay, so looks like we've got one of probably the biggest celebrity in Catholic YouTube that's now trying to crash the stream. This person needs no introduction. Everyone welcome Hallelujah, if her audio is working. Okay. Well, while her technical stuff is working out, I'll keep rambling on. Oh, there she is. Oh, we can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
You're very muffled. Very muffled. I know Megan didn't have her video on. I can't. Sorry. At least you're chopping up on my end.
Is that better?
Oh, that's way better.
Oh, is that better?
Oh, way better.
I
Way
turned
better.
off my Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah, that would do it.
Okay, good.
So, Haley, how's it going?
Oh, good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. So just so y'all don't know, like
Yeah.
Haley is in every Catholic live stream that you've ever been on in your entire life. And like, if you misbehave, she's put you in a timeout before. So she's like officially like the mom of Catholic YouTube. So,
Yeah.
oh, Haley,
Yeah.
actually, the mugs for my channel that I did just arrived today. And I know I mentioned to you is like, whenever I get them, I'm going to need your address. So later on, obviously don't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
don't.
giving it to you right now.
Yeah. But we'll do that. So
Some of those
whenever
people
I
I
get,
blocked would probably find me.
if you post your address here, you'll probably get Seventh-day Adventist literature sent to your house. And that's all that.
I know.
And that's all the
I know
details.
two that would.
So,
Two
all
that
right.
like to troll Catholics.
Yeah. You know, I was talking to Ben from Cross the Tiber, and he was talking about how a lot of this anti-Catholic stuff that we deal with, it really, you know, he said like, well, if you hear them do this objection, it's coming from James White. James White got his information off of research that he did back in the 90s. It's now not even a real thing. We've moved on since then. And he said, like, and where did he get his info? Well, he got it from Lorraine Botner or Bettner, or I don't really know how to pronounce it. And it's just like, okay, well, where did Lorraine? Yeah, it was like, where did Lorraine get his? All from The Great Controversy by Ellen G. White. So it's just like, oh, so that's like the genesis of all of this. Okay, all right, I should probably read that.
And where did she get her information from?
I have no idea. I tried to watch
Well,
oh, go ahead.
most people. Did you watch the Jimmy Akin specials?
I watched the
he's got
first
some good
one.
information, but so the rumor is from her husband, or there's a rumor. It is just a rumor. I can't confirm nor but that, you know, some of the stuff that she was doing definitely mimicked that of a possessed person. So some of her information may have come from
literally,
as Adele says, hello from the other side.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, that's terrifying.
So James White got his information from the other side.
From well, or as I said it, literally Satan. So, oh man, that is, yeah. Jorge's saying this is like, yeah, I feel like some of these anti-Catholics don't want a discussion; they just want to argue, and I couldn't agree more.
Oh that's and honestly, you can pick out their MO pretty quickly and pretty easily, and like just at that point, block. Don't try to engage, because unless you're proving a point. Like, I have engaged with them more to prove a point, like that all of their things, like just to answer the questions, not so much to answer them. It's not like when I'm responding to them, usually it's not because I'm responding to them, but I'm giving answers to other people that can see. Like, because there are other people that sometimes don't know the answers. So I'm more responding to them than these people at that point.
Gotcha. So, okay, so as somebody who like deals with probably more internet nastiness, that if you're not number one, you're probably like top 2%. Like, how do you like not let that get to you?
Prayer,
all right.
and just reading the lives of the saints. I mean, I don't like internet nastiness is really silly. I mean, if Saint Kolbe can stand in Auschwitz and, you know, hang out 2 weeks in a room starving to death, I can hang out in a chat room for 30 minutes to an hour and eat chips. So it's really like all perspective. At the end of the day, I can just turn it off and walk away and never like
Mm.
and say a prayer for that person and never have to see them again.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of these guys, they show up and like try to argue, and then you never see them again. I've talked to
Well,
Braden
yeah,
who
because I
runs.
blocked them.
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh man, that I really like that one from Swan in Swan's live stream yesterday. This guy shows up and starts trying to like quote Nietzsche and all this stuff, and I immediately start trying to like make the problem worse by just going, well, who's Nietzsche? Like, and Jorge
No.
said he just subbed to your channel. So
Oh,
Jorge, I think, oh yeah,
thank you.
but yeah, like I met
Yeah, I don't really.
Jorge. Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't really promote my channel because I don't like. I'm not very active on there. And I don't really. I need new equipment. So
Oh
when
yeah.
whenever that happens, maybe I will. But mom life, I don't really get a lot of opportunity to like just sit and do this. So when I
Yeah.
do, I try to.
I gotta say, like, I'm very amazed by my wife because I go off and do like these things that I go do on my own, and very often that entails me leaving her with the children. Like the debate
Yeah.
in Steubenville that's coming up. Like I'm gonna be going that like by myself. Like she's gonna be staying with some friends, and she's gonna have oh yeah, she's gonna have a blast. Don't get me wrong, like because she's gonna stay with friends. The kids are gonna play with their kids, and it's gonna be fantastic. And it's fun because those friends have 5 kids. We only have 4,
Oh,
so
that's fun.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Only
yeah.
4.
We only
We're
have
such a
4.
small Catholic family.
I know we're trying. So, but yeah. Well, you know what? Whatever. Nobody watches this show. We've actually got number 5 on the way. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Do you know?
All right.
Do you know, like boy girl, or do you not say?
We
You
haven't
don't
even seen the
find out?
doctor yet. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I will pray.
Yes. Thank
Awesome.
you. But yeah, so like it's just like I say this is like have a good night, brother Andrew. But it's it's like I see like we got one person watching. It's like nobody's gonna watch it. If they do watch this, they're not gonna watch an hour. And I know for a fact that like none of my family or friends like watches anything that I do. So it's just like this might as well be a secret here.
Oh well, my family is all like, if not anti-Catholic, at least like Catholic indifferent, which is actually kind of worse. So, like, if you're anti-Catholic, you sometimes watch Catholics to refute them. But if you're like
Right.
Catholic indifferent, you don't even care. So
Right.
they don't know anything. They don't even know that I do this.
Yeah. No, my dad like complimented me. Like it was really interesting because whenever he
Aw.
complimented he complimented one of my videos like here recently, and he's like,
Oh.
"Yeah, your videos are," and he like listed off a bunch of things, and I'm like, "Wow, thank you for those compliments. I haven't done that in like 6 months." It's just like you haven't watched a video of mine since that one that I showed you when I was at your house.
Funny.
But I mean, it's all fun. I try to make these funny videos, and I don't know. But and like on this one, like I literally had nothing planned. So it was just I just wanted to get something
Well,
out.
this is kind of fun though.
Yeah. I'm having a blast.
I used to, so some other Catholics in the Minnesota, like in this, they actually are from this area. And one of them used to do like theology of the body talks, but he moved to Thailand to do missionary work.
Okay.
they used to do like live streams where they would invite people on to talk, and that was fun.
Okay. Cool.
But and then there used to be another Catholic who used to do this, but his would get a little sketch.
You know, I've noticed that too, and honestly, it's kind of it makes me a little nervous because some of these guys like start off very solid, but then you see them go off the deep end.
Yeah.
And you know, like specifically, and I don't he's a Sede Vacanto, so I don't mind calling him out by name, but like Patrick Coffin, like I'm like terrified because Patrick Coffin is way smarter than me. And it's just like, geez, if it could happen to him, it could easily happen to me.
It can happen. Well, it can happen to anybody. Like,
yeah.
It's you know, that's why you have to keep, like, you can't just know the answers. You have to know, you have to have the spiritual side. More like you have to have more on the spiritual, like the prayer, and you have to have a good spiritual director, and you know, you like you like to say, you have to make sure you go outside and touch grass. You can't just live on this.
Right. Yeah. No, I do think that's incredibly important. But yeah, no, that's
well, and so just knowing that is like, he's not different. He's like, you're no different than him. Like, just the humility of that, like, it could easily happen to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thankfully I've got some really good friends around me, and including a very good priest who I've known for, you know, over 10 years now, who, like, if he called me and said, what you're doing is wrong, you need to stop it, like, it's just kind of one of those, like, yes, Father, I disagree, but I'll do what you told me to do, and then we'll argue, and then you can tell me why I'm wrong. So, but yeah, like I would.
There you go. You already have the obedience side down, so there you go.
Yeah, well, you know, it's yeah. I don't know how that works because he's not my priest. Like, he's more my friend than he is my priest. But like, I just respect him so much and trust him so much that if
he's
he
still
were
a spiritual father, that's still,
that's true.
Like, he's still a spiritual father.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, got the baby.
So, no, I didn't drop it. I'm trying to keep the youngest the youngest of my clan is still awake, so I'm trying to feed him and keep him awake.
Oh, okay. You babysitting right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, cool. That's awesome. Well, let's see here. Well, so what else is going on? What are some, okay, you are on like every Catholic channel right now. What is a really cool channel that nobody has heard of that you think needs more attention?
What's the one that I was watching today? There's a few girls, so I always like to promote the ladies. So I've seen like several guys' channels.
Kind of sexist, but okay.
Catholic, etc. is a really good girls' channel that I've seen. Well,
Catholic, etc.
Yeah, they always like. I love the guys, but you know, there is something to be said that there's not the predominance of girls promoting a Orthodox Catholic faith. There are girls, but like a lot of times they get into the whole TLM Novus Ordo conversation, and then that just turns into like, well, you guys seem divided anyway, so
yeah,
no, it's not.
Yeah.
So but Catholic etc. is a really good one. There's another girl called the Catholic Convert. She's really good. and I can link them after the show. There's a newer guy, the guy that you were talking about. I think it was you. Is it not? So there's the Redeemed Catholic. He's got a good channel. And then there's a guy that you were talking about. So that's 4. So I think it's I could keep going, but I think and then the Barrel Aged Catholic. I liked his setup. He had a really professional setup. He interviewed Swan Sona yesterday.
Yeah, the King of Kyles. Yes. Yeah, that's. I literally, so I after I watched that, because I watched a little bit of the Swan interview, I sent him I sent him an email, and hold on, what was the title of the email of the subject? I said, paying respects to the King Kyle. That was my subject line. Let's see if he thinks that I was just being a total clown. Or he says, time for the Aquinas.
Check out your channel.
Yeah.
Oh, who's it? I don't even know what that is. I used to watch the Matt Fradd show. I don't know what this Pints with Aquinas stuff is.
Yeah. So Jorge. Yeah. So Haley is the. Oh, actually, I'm mirrored. Is the one who, if you ever go into the live chats, she's the one like laying down the law. So, but
I've made it through 2. Like I have lasted longer. Well. Than at least one of Matt's employees. So there you go.
Yeah, you lasted longer than Neil.
And, you know,
oh man, but
and I never even asked for a raise. You should double my pay.
You know what? Same here. I've been a moderator on that channel now for a little over a week, and I think that maybe tripling my pay might be appropriate. So, but no, I really enjoy Matt Fradd and just all he does.
I do too, which is why I'm there.
Yeah. No, like, okay, so the duck joke has gotten far more traction than I ever thought that it would. It was a dumb joke. It wasn't even like my joke. It was just like, I think it's like a Reddit thing that just, it's always, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized X or 1 X-sized duck? And I knew that he had mentioned before that like he does jujitsu with. Yeah, he does jujitsu with Matt Bruninger.
I love Matt Bruninger's answer though.
Oh, it was so good. But the thing that got me on that one
made it a moral quandary.
Yes. And the thing that like really got me about this is like, okay, we're going to get to these questions. You know, we could write a book on each one. And he's like, okay, yeah, cut me off. And you watch him and his body language. He's just like, you can see, you know, he's looking down. He's got his chin. You can tell his entire body has been positioned to listening intently. He's in therapist mode. He's ready to lay down the healing. And then he gets hit with a dumb duck joke. And he just loses it. And I thought that was that made my day. And then after, he's just like, I like Kyle. I'd like to be his friend. And I was just like, but
oh yeah.
So it's funny because he's actually he pops up in like my suggested friends on Facebook occasionally, but because I mean when you go to Franciscan, you just kind of know everybody in Steubenville.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, well, hey, that was right at the hour. I appreciate you joining us. Thanks for, I guess, no offense to any of the other guests, but it looks like we saved the best for last. So, yeah, I'll probably turn that video or that clip where you talked about the best channels and throw that up there. So throw that up as its own standalone video. But hey, if all of you stuck around this long, thanks for watching. And God bless. And